8,200 and I don't know, some odd pounds. Rockwood 8329 SS here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Certainly been our best-selling Rockwood Signature for a few years. This is an awesome model. Rockwood Signature is, I'll just flat out say this, and I don't mind saying this because we carry so many other trailers here. I feel like I've got a good enough cross-section in the industry. I will stand on this. It is the most highly equipped ultralight on the market, and I'm prepared to back that up, and I think you're going to see that as we go through, and it does not mean it's the best. Best is subjective. Best varies based on how you're going to use an RV, but I want to show you the things that they've done here. This is designed to be it has some of the equipment of a luxury fifth wheel. It's designed to be like the last RV. Rockwood, retirement, those things go hand in hand. If you want to see if we have one of these in stock and available, it's very simple. All you need to do is click the link in the video description that says check for price and availability, and you can see what we have in stock, what we're asking, how it's equipped, and we put fair market pricing right out there, free of hidden dealer fees. We don't do hidden fees at our store. We do financing, hitching, pieces, parts, you know, customer service, obviously, everything in between. So the one that we have in stock could be very different from what you're seeing here. There's a lot of optional equipment going on this. That is one of the things with being a high-level product. Rockwood really lets you build it to your specs. For instance, samples of what I mean there. We've upgraded this to 50 amp service. You can see the dual air conditioners up top. That's not standard. You can see the slide-out awnings. Those are not standard. You can see the full skin color package, the power stabilizer jacks. A lot of all these things I've mentioned and more things on this are not standard pieces of equipment. So the one that we have in stock could be different. This is here to give you general Rockwood 8329 SS education. Now, what is standard now up front is the Smart Jack. You might notice that yellow sticker on the jack. It has a programmable vehicle hitch height memory. So just like a big fifth wheel, you can make this thing whenever you're ready to hitch up, you can push one button and it will auto adjust itself to the platform height, the hitch ball height of your vehicle. All LED lights inside, outside. You see front windshields. Boy, those are all the craze. You know who's been doing that for years? These guys, Rockwood. Shh, don't let the cat out of the bag there. So now, I do want to point out one thing too, because you're gonna miss it otherwise. This beautiful full painted nose cap you see has this like spray-on bedliner style stone guard down here. That's something that I've seen people say, well, you know, I looked at your pictures, I don't see a stone guard. I'm afraid that that painted cap's gonna get chipped up. Nope, not an issue. Outside compartment doors are all magnet latched. And, you know, I should step up here. They're all magnet latched. They're slam latched as well. And they also give you one of the best ways possible to look inside to see how an RV is built. And in the case of the Rockwood, you're going to see that everything's aluminum framed. Even the furniture they build. If this had a dinette, which it doesn't, it would be aluminum skeleton, just like that bed that we were looking at. Aluminum everywhere in this, fully aluminum structured. So, you know, your front wall, side walls, roof, floor, slide walls. The only thing on this that's not laminated, actually, is the floor. There's even a 1-inch laminated wall behind the nose cap for extra insulation purposes, so that you have a hard dead air pocket in there. Let's talk insulation here. We've got a forced air heated enclosed underbelly with 12-volt tank heated pads. So you can keep the tank heaters running in transit. There's a difference between tank heaters and 12-volt tank heaters. They are not all 12-volt friendly like these are with a Rockwood. So if you travel from point A, that's actually a good point. Who is this RV for? If you're going to leave it parked somewhere, it's big enough. You'll certainly enjoy it. We've actually seen our air quote park model sales diminish in recent years because more and more travel trailer manufacturers are building big models like this. And I thank them for it. You know, you can get something that has all the, you've got dual opposing living room slides, you got a full bedroom slide out in there. It's great for leaving park somewhere. But at the 8,300 pound mark, this still retains a level of towability that a quote park model that's extra wide and extra tall couldn't. Actually, it's interesting. This is a little bit extra tall, just not as crazy extra tall. You're going to drive nicely too on this. Rockwood has a 4-wheel independent torsion rubber ride suspension system, the single most expensive suspension in towable RVs. It's so good that the only other mainstream manufacturer to use it is Airstream. And Rockwood didn't adopt their suspension. Airstream adopted Rockwood's suspension. That's how good it is. So you've got a zero flex walk-on roof here. I don't care if you live in an area that gets a 6-foot snow load, it's going to be fine. We're backup camera ready. Those are things we can accomplish for you here in our parts and service center at Haylett RV. All your lights, tail lights, marker lights, inside lights, every light, LED light. LED tail lights, brake lights especially, are an important thing because they do flash a little bit faster. They don't have to build up resistance to become bright like incandescent bulbs, even though it happens quickly. When you're driving at 70 mile an hour highway speeds, an LED taillight can give the person behind you up to 5 feet of additional stopping time. That's a big deal. So frameless, side windows with sliding slide windows. There's a lot of the same words there used in different phrases. So your side windows are sliding windows, and your sidewall windows are frameless windows. Maybe another way to phrase it that's a little clearer. Now, again, we do have obviously that auto-adjusting power tongue jack. We've got power stabilizer jacks on this beauty. You've got push-button ease and convenience with this. Now, she's decently long. If you want 2 living room slides and a bedroom slide, you're probably no less than 35 feet. She's got to be pretty big. There's no other way around it. But if you're going to spend an extended time in it, you're going to use it like a destination lake house or whatever, you're going to want that size. Now, directly above the entry door right now, you can see a black fin sticking up. That's your Max Air vent fan cover in the bathroom. This, it includes the roof vent cover built onto it from the factory level. Now, not only does this have dual awning, so first of all, let's look at this. Your primary awning over here, they couldn't have made bigger. This is the largest size awning that will fit on this Rockwood. You can't make the awning go further back. You can't make it go farther forward. It's tiltable, it's LED lit, and you may notice we put an aluminum shroud on it to keep it protected, which is going to be easier to see over here on the second awning. So you have absolute maximum space on this, maximum patio space, as it were. Your outside speakers are actually downward angled so that they face the campsite, and you've got the MoreRide stable step entry system on here. But what's more, they use the zero gravity version of this. Like, case in point, I actually specifically left this. It's not touching the ground because it's actually self-supporting right now. So let me open this anti-slam friction hinged entry door. You can see that it catches itself. It doesn't go banging into anything on a windy day. Now, let's say you're not the young buck you used to be. Maybe you're as good once as you ever was, but you're not as good as you once was. Something like that. Well, look at that. Now you don't have to worry. It's not going to fall down. It's not going to crush your dog. It's not going to crush your grandkids. It's self-supporting. It does the heavy lifting for you. It's a zero gravity kind of system, basically. Wi-Fi Ranger, portable solar prep, those little toys and gadgets. If you're into that stuff, Rockwood's had them. Rockwood's had them for a long time now. Rockwood had that kind of stuff way before a lot of folks. The Wi-Fi Ranger thing basically has a built-in router so that this can connect to park Wi-Fi, and then you connect to your camper and get a nice access point and signal booster. Now, there is an internal shade on that front windshield, but look at the tint. I don't know that you're going to need it. I really don't know that you're going to need it unless you press your naked backside up against the window. I don't know if anyone's going to see. And if that's your thing, well, there's campgrounds specifically for that kind of stuff too, I suppose. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to educate. Outside TV and grilling station up here, way at the front of the camper. You know, it's up here where you're gonna, be spending time. You can wave at the neighbors as they're coming by, whatever. If you choose to throw a little swing arm mount TV on here, you can. You got your TV hookups. Now, some people say, aren't those TV hookups, aren't they going to get fried by heat? The RVQ outside grills that hook up to these, they don't produce enough heat to cause a problem, guys. They just really don't. Now, remember, I can't stress enough, this is an example of one of these we've had here at Haylett RV. Not necessarily the one of these that we definitely have here at Haylett RV. So, keep in mind, always visit our website, always compare against what we have in actual stock, because we don't bait and switch, guys. Whatever's on our website, we clearly publish pricing, no hidden fees. Remember, we just don't do any of that. I'm beating a horse to death. Let's step inside. Now, all those nice features I discussed outside, what's shocking is they pale in comparison to the interior of a Rockwood Signature here at Haylett RV. Now, we carry a lot of big laminated triple slide travel trailers. I affectionately refer to them as flat deck fifth wheels. Nothing built to this equipment level necessarily. There are things that are close, and certainly every RV has their own superior qualities. But overall, when you're done, you understand that a Rockwood Signature is built to the level of a luxury fifth wheel. Let's start back in the living area. Very popular rear living room. You see this done in fifth wheels all the time. You've got that, that's a trifold hide-a-bed right there. And what I love about its location is that when it's open, it doesn't cut off the camper. You can still get through the RV. Now, all these windows are going to open for ventilation, including what I call the toothpick windows on each side of these true lazy boys in the back. Not a recliner that we refer to as a lazy boy. True lazy boys. That's another, again, just right there, bang, furniture that Rockwood does that just you don't find elsewhere. Now, they're little side stands on both sides of this here. They have a hardwood, like residential tabletop on them. Those little power outlets below, you got your little storage pockets on each side. Perfect little phone charge station, set down a drink or whatnot. Another thing on the Rockwood signature, it's taller than the rest of the Rockwood family. Okay, basically there's two things you typically find in the business. You either find a 6.5-foot wall with a vaulted ceiling, or you find a 6'9" ceiling that is flat inside. Rockwood does both. This is taller inside at 6'9" if you measure the walls, and then they still vault the ceiling to give you one of the greatest interior clearances of anything. Now, they went taller on the walls so that they could go taller on the slide outs. That was the biggest reason, because they do a lot of refrigerators in slide outs. So that allows the Rockwood signature, as we'll see in a minute, to have a bigger refrigerator. So that's an awesome feature. I mean, when is more cold storage ever the wrong answer? And it's never the wrong answer. Bigger fridge is always awesome. We'll see that in a minute, though. But as a side effect, you have this big, open, expansive interior look and feel. When you're sitting in one of the recliners like I am back here, nobody really blocks the entertainment center. That's what's nice about this. And the TV can actually swing and pivot out to really directly face the rear recliners. That's what's awesome about this. Now, you got your Bluetooth, you got your sound bar, DVD player. In a Rockwood signature, you actually get an upgraded chipset in this. This is something I'm not really aware of a lot of other brands. I'm actually not aware of any other brand that does this. Maybe someone does, but I'm not aware. I've never heard anyone else talk about it. And that is a dual chipset, basically, so that you can have separate indoor and outdoor entertainment. A dual zone entertainment system. A true dual zone. That's what's really cool. Now, you can grab your smartphone, you can get the IRV app, and it will turn your phone into a Bluetooth remote control. Anything that the standard remote can do, this can do just as well, except it can do it wireless and in your pocket and from within, like, I don't know, anywhere within 30 yards. Electric space heating fireplace down here. That's a 5120 BTU space heater. You guys know those big air conditioners that you put in the window of your house to help keep things cool in the summer sometimes? Well, sometimes those are only like 3500 BTU. This has a 5000 BTU heater right there. It's awesome. It prevents you from having necessarily to definitely use a bunch of propane. You have a supplementary heating scenario. Now, another thing I love that they've done here, islands are cool. They give you prep space. I get that. But manufacturers always shove the sink in them. And it kills so much of the prep space. And you actually lose a bunch of storage space as a result. Rockwood didn't do that. These are all Corian countertops, first of all. So they're a higher grade material. This is the name brand. Like, you hear solid surface, but Corian is like the name brand. They're like the Kleenex of solid surface countertops. Rockwood uses the name brand. They don't use the off brand. Now, people keep asking me about the skylight up there. That's actually a ceiling LED light fixture. It looks like a skylight in here, though. Because they're like, why did they put a skylight next to a ceiling vent? And the answer is they didn't, you know. Oh, by the way, again, remember I said on the outside, the one that we have in stock could be so different from this. There's just, let's say that you had another Rockwood with the exact same equipment. It could look completely different. We've swapped and upgraded to the maple wood tones, which does give you true maple hardwood cabinet doors, by the way. It's not just a color swap. It's not a sticker swap. It's a material swap. This is the Mocha Decor, which is that safe brown that everybody builds. And you know what, guys? We will quit stocking it when you quit asking for it. This is, I mean, that's just the short and long answer of it right there. And we've also gone with the very warm and friendly and welcoming wood print flooring in here. All these different things. Rockwood really lets you change the decor of the RV to meet your specifications. Now, see on this island, we got I'm a sucker for a kitchen bar stool setup personally, but you've also got power lights on there. On a rainy day, if you need to sit down, you need to do some work or something like that, pull out a laptop, a tablet, you got a nice little work desk space. Remember how I said taller slide out allowed for a bigger refrigerator? That's a 9 cubic foot traveling friendly gas electric fridge freezer. So it's 50% larger than a standard travel trailer fridge freezer, and it's I don't know, like an additional 12.5% bigger than the 8 cubic foot. I don't know, I should probably do the math on that because I seem to be a numbers nerd. But as we're looking around too, I want to point out a larger 22-inch oven instead of the smaller 16-inch oven you typically find in travel trailers. Again, Rockwood going with the big stuff. Now you may have noticed they've recessed the sink, they've recessed the stove to give you maximum prep space. People are going to say, yeah, but idiots, they forgot the appliance outlets. No, they didn't. They're up under here, under that counter or cabinet right there. It's really, really, really hard to install power outlets in the side wall of a 1.5-inch thick slide out wall. You just can't really do that. Now that is a real tile backsplash. You can reach out and touch it. You're not being lied to, you know. For a couple years, manufacturers tried to give you a wallpaper, and it was printed like a brick, and it was chintzy and cheesy, you know, but it was inexpensive and lightweight. I get that. Rockwood doesn't. They go all the way basically. So all these drawers, first of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including a big giant drawer right here, plus an additional little utility drawer by the sink, which is always useful and handy. That in my house, that'd be the junk drawer right there. But the thing is, they went a step further. Remember how I kept talking about luxury fifth wheel features in a travel trailer? Soft touch drawers. You know, how's that? How cool is that? I never get tired of watching these things, and I'm being super gentle with them because I want the hinge to pick itself up. But notice, even an off drawer still is soft touch. Now, there's a couple other brands that I carry here at Haylett RV because do we carry a lot of brands. We carry a big selection of stuff. If you want to see a big cross-section of the industry in one spot, we got it for you at Haylett RV. I've got other brands of travel trailers with soft close drawers. They're only in the kitchen, though. When you leave the kitchen, they stop doing that. Not Rockwood. You see those dresser drawers that we're going to look at in just a minute? In a Rockwood, those are also soft close. They do it all the way through. Now, before I get too far along, I want to talk about this panel right here. This is your master control panel. So you can get another app to hook up to your this to your phone. Anything you can do on this panel, you can also do off your phone again. So you can operate slide outs, awnings, you can activate your tank heaters, all that stuff when this is running. How cool is that? Now, the other thing is here, not just anybody can wirelessly link up to this thing. It actually has a proximity circuit. You have to have your phone close to this thing to sync up to it. So your neighbor next door, they can't mess with it. And last I knew, one of the things that we were concerned about, and I think they were addressing, and this was a while ago, so I'm pretty confident they've done it, it has a user limit so that multiple people can't be mucking with it at the same time effectively. Bathroom. This has an excellent bathroom. Let me shed some light on the situation here. So you may have noticed it's a dual entry bathroom. You can get to it from the hallway where I'm standing currently, or you can get to it directly from the bedroom, which is really nice if you're on the left side of the bed as we're facing the bed. But look at this big sink. And more than that, it's stone cast. It's a big, deep, oh my gosh, they made that bigger. That's even bigger from last year. I didn't realize they did that. Holy crap, that's huge. Now, little stuff Rockwood does too. Little sink holder, little toothbrush holder. They take care of that little utility stuff. You know, it's not a big deal, but it kind of is. Now up top here, we've got our Max Air ceiling fan. Remember how I talked about that outside? This fan up here gives you way superior airflow. And that's one of the reasons why, when I close this drawer, you see it's slotted. That's so that this is a whole house ventilating fan. Not just a bathroom, one-room fan. This is a whole house fan. They definitely spent more money on that. But it gives you better airflow. And it's really nice if you want to open the headboard windows on both sides of your headboard to get some cross breeze, you can. Now, linen storage directly in the bathroom. That is something that Rockwood has done good for so many years, better than so many other people, and I think their bathrooms are one of the things that sell their RVs without people even realizing it, because it's the cherry on top of the sundae, you know. Now, you may notice too, not only do you have soft closed drawers, you've also got hidden hinge cabinets. One of the things I like about these, they try to close themselves. So if a door bounces open in transit, it tries to catch itself. You also have that split open easy entry shower. You don't have to, walk your backside out of the shower or out of the bathroom because you have to walk around a swinging bathroom door. And remember, not only is the ceiling taller, it's also vaulted, which means more headroom in the shower this thing than, almost any conventional travel trailer. You have to go to a true park model. Now remember, when I said outside, this video is a sample of a Rockwood that we may have had. Not necessarily the one in stock. Now, typically, our rule of thumb at Haylett RV is when you have a full bed slide out, we typically go to a second air conditioner just because of the total cubic foot of space that you have to cool. But Rockwood is the most popular ultralight travel trailer in the United States of America. They're the single best seller. They're built less than an hour from us. It's really nice being local to them. I've physically walked through all their production facilities. They're great. The people have been on the line at Rockwood. The craftsmen have been on the line way longer than industry average. It's like 3 or 4 times longer, maybe more. I don't know. But back to the point at hand. First of all, notice I left those drawers out, and do you see how much room there still is to walk around the bed? That's because they didn't go with a shallow bed slide. Because again, Rockwood doesn't cut corners. Rockwood means retirement. Rockwood does it all the way. They went with a full 3-foot deep slide in the bedroom. That means that your breeze windows actually catch plenty of air. This is a full, true 60 by 80 Serta Queen. Now, it is king capable. If you want to go with a king bed, you can do that. But you're going to lose these side stands, and you lose a little bit of your walk-around space. And, I mean, these are things we can do for you here at the store, because, again, we only do everything at Haylett RV. But, you know, we like to give you that extra space, and we've found that a lot of people are perfectly happy with that. Now, below the bed, first of all, the bed is easy lift. But you don't need to lift the bed because the storage comes to you. Now check this out. We can open all the drawers and still get through the camper. You never like have to tap dance around anything. Now, that front windshield here, the big front window, a lot of brands are going to put a big front closet up here on this front wall. You're going to lose that window, that windshield, that view of your destination. The whole reason you left the house. So Rockwood said, well, why don't we just move the closet? I mean, that's all it took. They just moved the closet. You got 6 more of those soft close dresser drawers down here. A huge closet that's definitely going to take care of you. If you want to throw a TV in the bedroom, or if one is optioned onto the RV that we do have in stock, you'd find it here. Oh, back to, I talk on tangents because I see so many things on the Rockwood I want to talk about. So this is how we like to build them. Kind of like we're looking at here. This is our preferred equipment loadout, but they're popular. If we sell out, we call Rockwood. We go, hey guys, listen. This is Haylett's. We need anything you got. However you have that model built, I need restocked. I need it now. So sometimes, whatever they happen to have on hand is what we need to accept. And because you need inventory. Now, there's no really bad Rockwood. There's no way to screw this up. But there are build methods that will work better for different people, for different camping styles, for people in different parts of the country. So, you know, a question that we get a lot at Haylett RV is, you know, what's the best camper? I don't know. That depends on you. How are you going to camp? Are you looking for something you can use for extended periods? Are you looking for something that is going to give you that more luxury home-like feel? Are you going to, do you just not want anything that feels cheap, air quotes? If any of that sounds right to you, maybe you should be looking at a Rockwood. You could leave it parked. You could tow it. Where these are really popular are people who are like, yeah, I spend like, I snowbird. I go down south when it gets cold. I come back north when it gets warm. That's perfect. Because this gives you all that big living space and comfort you're going to want for an extended period with the higher grade furniture that's going to hold up and not break down. But it also is still towable. It's still maintainable, you know. It's the best of both worlds. The best way, it's a mobile park model. Guys, it's a park-friendly, big old lightweight trailer. Now, you know, I say lightweight, 8,300 pounds, but, I mean, if this was not built like an ultralight, a big triple slider like this would easily weigh in the 9s. I mean, that's the thing. It is still lightweight. I've gone on for a long time. I'm kind of just yammering at this point. So I think you get the idea. Give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy camping, everyone.